Hello everyone, this is ELC 3524 Group 2 Assignment 3 presentation. My name is Terry. The outline of our presentation has 4 parts, including project and purpose, impacts, member advantages and contributions, and summary. Before we come to the presentation content, I will show you a picture. This is a code set by a banker named Aga Hansen Abdi. The conventional definition of management is getting work done through people, but real management is developing people through work. This sentence means that the development of management is based on people. So the keyword is people. In our case, it refers to polio people like us. This is a dialogue between the students and the university. Students said, "We found seats so slowly. Someone occupies the seat. The management is bad." But the university cannot reply anything because there really exist the problems mentioned by students in the university. Although university has many seats, the number of people is also large, and the distribution of seats is scattered. Besides, some students use their belongings to occupy the seats. These things cause the difficulty of finding seats. So based on these problems, we plan to build a seat management system of PolyU. Our purpose will surround with 3 points including convenience, cost-effective, and constructiveness. We put convenience as the first point because our system is people-oriented. PolyU people will get convenience from our system. So let's come to the first impact about convenience.
Okay, so thank you. I'm Jack. So I'm going to talk about the first impact, and which is the most significant impact for us, since we consider the convenience of our user as the first rank, that's the saving users time seeking seats. So we all have same problem is that we don't know whether the seat is occupied already or not, and we have to have a try. If the seat is not occupied, then we're lucky. Otherwise, we have to give another try to find a new seat, and we still do not know whether the seat is occupied or not. Therefore, actually, we spend a lot of time on finding seats, especially in examination period when the seat occupation rate is very high. Therefore, the key issue to solve this problem is that we should know the seat situation in advance of we seeking it. Therefore, our app provides the function of show the vacancy of seats like checking application, just like this screenshot. The screenshot is an app of the checking for flight. The user can know whether the seat is occupied or not before they take off. So we can provide this function. The user can know in advance whether the seat they want to use in the future is occupied or not. Then the user can see no to wasting time on finding seats. Then I'm going to talk about the impacts of the measurement. The measurement to measure whether with application can save the user's time of seeking seats is to conduct the random test on the time of finding seats on 2 situations, with or without the eyes of the application. It has 2 features. One feature is the help of the application. The other feature is the time of finding a randomly arranged seat. And we can conduct a statistical test on these 2 features to see whether they have the relationship. So that's all for the first impact. We value the user's experience most. However, there's still some users who take up the seats for a very long time and cause the waste of resources. And we will focus on these problems next.
Okay, thank you, Jack. And I'm going to talk about the next impact of our system, erasing the phenomenon of wasting seat resources. With the recruitment of the university, more and more students come into the seat of our library, study area, and so on. So gradually, the occupying a seat has becoming a moral problem for the students and the university. There is 2 comments about this phenomenon of occupying the seat. For example, The first picture, the naked man used all of his clothes to represent he has already used this table in advance, and that's a waste of the seed resources. So what's the realistic situation? It is like this exaggerated to comics picture, and the answer is yes. In the realistic situation, that include the following three situations: library, self-study area, and classroom, but not limited to these three. In this three picture, you will see people use their book or bottles to represent they has take their seats in advance. Actually, seat resource is one of the most significant and important resources for the students, and especially for the university students. These three pictures shows the limit of the seat resources of the public area. These three pictures use the library as an instance. So our system forbidden this phenomenon, and which could increase the cost efficiency of the seed resource and directly increase the efficiency of the study for students. Our system used the strong arm method to erase this phenomenon. The one is use the blacklist, and the one is use the warning letters. Indeed, our method will fundamentally erase these phenomena and provide a better study environment in the library or some study area for our students. So about 2 points, the two impacts are focusing for the students. So what will our system provide for the officer and for our university and so on? The next part will come to Marco to elaborate it.
Okay, thanks to Eddie. As he mentioned, we found our system can be very constructive to university. In our planning, many functions that are beneficial to university management can be easily implemented. The first function we'll implement is shown in this picture. So our system will allow management staff to log into the platform as administrator for more features. For example, they can see the seat occupancy in real time, and according to the number of vacancies, they can release some notice on the application software to inform the students which certain area is crowded or not. This can help control the flow of people in university. The second function will be collecting the seat use records and many other data. Based on the provided data such as which area are more preferred, administrators can optimize the services by adding more seats in certain area. Hence, we can have our third function, which is conducting in-depth analysis of the data like how long it often takes students to arrive their reserved seats. So staff can determine the routes like how long is reasonable they, they can have their seats reserved or how long can the user stay away temporarily based on this. That can help staff to record some bad behaviors and restrict some users from booking seats. For management, we will compare the management cost before using our product or and after using it. Besides optimizing the management of the university, there are far more added value for our university that will be related to our last impact.
The fourth impact is improve the external image of the university. With the above three impacts, students will have more positive evaluations on the university. The reputation of university will enhance through the information broadcast of students. Besides, our system will increase university's digitalization extent. This will also benefit the external image of the university. For measurement, We can compare the university evaluation from authority organizations before and after the deployment of our system.
That's all for our impact parts. The next part we'll talk about why we have the confidence to say we could achieve in this project. Well, the first our member is Marco, who does the project planning and the communication. Marco has a profound experience in project planning and have excellent communication and interpersonal skills. Marco could just talk with the university officer and to receive the feedback from the students. The next one is Terry, who just finished his impact part, and he will belonging in the part of real-time environment hardware deployment. So he has experience about research and the real-world experiments, and he familiar with the data manipulation experience. And as we say, talk about in the about part, we say we will provide the data to the university, and Terry will focusing to do the data pre-processing and to deploy this real-time hardware for our system. The next member, Jinlin Jack, whose work is about backend deployment. Jillian has experience in server construction and experience on maintaining the database, and he could do some backend software programming and application server maintenance for our systems, which is one of the most important part for our system, because programming are the core of our project. So the last part is about for me, front-end developer engineer. And my name is ID, and that's just like I told before. Actually, the backend depends on the fundamental of our project, which is the base stone of our building, and the front-end development are the link between our project to the user. So I have the experience in the internet company, and I have the process skill of front-end deployment tools. For example, like HTML and so on. So I have the confidence to do and to finish the front-end development of our project. And that's all for our personality part. The next part is a summary of our project.
Okay, let me give you a very short summary for our project. The policy seat management system can help users book the seat and discussion area in advance. Besides, it can help university to avoid wasting of resource. For users, it can enhance the user experience and their working efficiency. For university, our project can help university to reduce high costs of management. The C problem has existed for a very long time in PolyU. It may not be very big, but they do impair the experience of users, including both students and staff. Therefore, we do need to cope with this problem, and our project has solved this problem very well. So thank you for listening.